Thank you. Thank you all for attending. It's important that we remember, especially as Americans who said we would never forget, that fateful day 23 years ago when in the darkest of hours and days, the weeks, months, and even years for those people who passed away from 9/11 related illnesses, this country showed what America truly is about, showed the resiliency of what being an American is about, and really showed the best. And in 23 years, that's half of my lifetime, we have a generation, for those younger than me, younger than most of you, who did not witness or perhaps were not born what occurred on American soil 23 years ago, where people, firefighters, EMS personnel, police officers, ran into burning buildings to help people they've never met. That's the spirit of America. And 23 years later, even for me, it's hard to remember back exactly. We all know where we were that day. We knew what we were doing. We'll never forget that. But that spirit, that unity, contrasted with today, is such a stark difference of division in this country. But all hope is not lost. We as Americans, in never forgetting the people who sacrificed their lives, the people who perished because of terrorism and evil, we can rekindle that spirit in this country by looking at each other's commonality and embracing the humanity that we share as human beings and Americans. That is also part of never forgetting. Beyond never forgetting the heroic acts of the people who ran into those buildings, the people who died, remember, all of you, we are all Americans who share a common bond, and there are people still out there who do not like the freedoms that we stand for, think that our freedoms in some way could become contagious, and the people in other countries who dream about the freedom that we have could possibly overthrow those other leaders. And because of that, terrorism still exists to tear this country apart. I ask all of you, not only the Brookhaven Town employees, but everyone in this country, to look to each other's shared commonality and look to each other not as who you are, what you look like, what you identify as, but as Americans. Our Chief Fire Marshal, Chris Merman, is now going to ring the bell in honor of all those lives that were lost on that fateful day on September 11th. I want to point out also that we're joined by our town clerk and members of our town board. Going forward, remember those who were lost, remember those who were lost saving others, and be the type of Americans that you want this country to be. Thank you very much for attending.